In this video, we're going to explore how we can create fun animations with our menu. Imagine here we have this menu bar here, and as we hover over, you can see the color changes nicely, and also the size of the items start to expand. And this is really fun because with this, you can create a far more nice interactive design for your website. So let's explore how we can do this. In this video, we're going to explore how we can use the transition scale property in CSS. This is a quite useful one because with this you can create certain effects where you can expand a certain item or decrease them, or decrease in size. So let's start and explore how we can do this. Well, the first thing that we're going to do is here we're going to create in here a section, and in this section tag we're going to put in our menu. So we say here our navigation, we say navigation. Then in our navigation here we will have a few anchor tags as in links, because this is our menu here. Yes, that's correct. And then here this could be anything. Since I'm using here font awesome, I decided to use some icons here. That can be more fun, because then what we want to do, we want to just expand the round buttons here. So how do we do this? Well, first of all, let's put in here, make sure you have the font, the font awesome CSS link here. This is 4.7, and there are so many new versions, but 4.7 is what I've used a long time ago, so that's fine. Doesn't matter at all, because these are just simple icons that we want to use. So we say here class, and then we say here class FA, and then here FA dot, let's say this is for home, we say home, and there we are. So what we can do is we can do another few items. So we're going to do well, we have a total of 4, and we can say here maybe sign in, and here this could be, well, if this would be a banking website, we could say here credit card, you have a card thing, and then here we put in USD. If we save this and refresh, now we have 4 icons here, and they're still quite small. So what I want to do is here I say 2 or FA 2x to increase the size. Put it in here in all of those. Alright, there you are. So now what we're going to do is we're going to reposition them in the center here, make it a bit look more nicer, give it a bit nicer look. So we say section here, and this section we say flexbox, or no, display flexbox. And then what we're going to do here is we say here justify content center, and item or align items center as well, pushing them to the very center. Alright, so what we could do here is as well maybe a flex direction, and we say column. And then what happens is we create a column structure. We do create a column structure, but probably we need to have a height here, so we say height 100 ph. So you have the full screen. Alright. Flex direction center, justified content center. So what is going on here? Oh, of course, makes sense. We have to reposition our nav as well. So what we can do here, this is fine. And then what we want to do is here the nav. We want to pinpoint the nav. So what we're going to do here is say here nav. And basically we can do this here. I think we can probably copy almost all of the text, and maybe we can even remove the upper one if that's the case. So if we save that, there we are. So now we have it all column, and well, let's see if we will do this. Of course it doesn't allow because we are not yet here, but I think probably this one would be fine. If we do this, there you are. So that's more than enough. Well, I want to put them in the center, because I'm not sure if they're really in the center, as you can see. So we want to align them in the center. So now they're nicely aligned. Alright, so the next thing what we want to do here is to give this href at least some padding. Padding up and down, left and right. So it has a bit more space, so it looks more appealing and professional. So we say here nav, and then here href, and then our href will have the following. We'll have a padding. We say here 20 pixels. We save that. Alright, that looks nice. And then we say here background color. We can give here the background color of these items. That's this one here, the color one. So we use here the variable, and then we say dash dash CLR number 1. As you can see here, we'll give a nice pinkish color. Refresh. Alright. Well, what we could do here maybe is to have a fixed width of 50 pixels. Alright, that's too small. Let's make this 75. And then maybe as well, just to make it a nice square, we say here height 75 pixels. Save that, refresh, there we are. Alright, that works. But for some reason the item here of course doesn't work, so I guess what we can do here is text align center. That looks nice. Alright, so what we want to do now is basically we want to give it, we need to probably have a margin. Let's say margin 10 pixels. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to give it the border radius. So there's your border or border radius. And then we say here 25%. Let's see if this is enough. No, 50% because it's a square. There you are. So now we have this here, and I want to just adjust the color here. I'll say here color, and this will be var, and our color we already have set on white, so it's a color number 3. Here, if you save that, you can see here color number 3 is triple F or 6 times F, which is white. So once we have this here, now what we can do is let's check here. There you are. What we want to do now is we want to hover over it, and the moment we hover over it, it will increase in scale. So we say here nav h hover, and then what we're going to do is when the moment we hover, there should be a adjustment here, and this adjustment will be called transition, and then we say here scale, and the scale will be, let's say, times 1.2, meaning that we will increase this by 20%. So if we save this, now refresh, and if we hover over it, alright, so it doesn't work yet. Let's double check here why, or maybe we need to have here a transition or a sorry, not transition, maybe it's a transform. There you are. So now we increased it, but now what we want to do is we want to change this, of course, in gradually, because right now you can see it just jumps up. We want to have this nice overlap here. How do we do this? Well, we just need to use transition. And then we say how many seconds. Let's say 1 second for now. Save that, refresh. Go. Alright, so you can see here, and we can probably move this down here and save that. And now as you can see, there you are. And so we can play around with this, and we can do this transition to even smaller. We can do this, let's say 0.5. What happens then? Refresh. Now it starts to shrink. Or if you want to expand this, let's say to 2. Refresh. As you can see, it expands. Of course, what you need to consider is the following. Once you do this, pay attention with your overlapping of any other item here. So this should be 1.2, 1.5 is probably absolute max. That's more than enough. But I would say 1.2 is usually a decent amount because it's just big enough without too hectic design, or at least it doesn't impact anything else. If you refresh here, we can do 1.2, and then we have a transition of 0.5 seconds, and that's more than enough. And as we over it, we can do this. And what we also could do is, for example, here maybe a background color. Say background color. We say here a variable, and we say background color will be color number 2, which is black. Save that, refresh, and now it starts to move. There you are. So with this, you can start to create also a nice menu where you have transition and transform together, playing around here. Very, very useful. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you enjoy it. And if you enjoy this video, you probably will enjoy this one as well. And if you're interested in Chart.js, check out in the description box the link directing to my Chart.js course where you can learn everything about Chart.js. And finally, of course, make sure you subscribe to my channel.